asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me. Be free. Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free.
It's time for another Power Play show with Coach Frenchy, Andrew Lepage, Inortap, and Michael DiVelleno. It's time, Power Play show. Yes, it's the time for the Power Play show. Welcome, everybody. Thanks to be with us tonight. This is the July 4th, 2022, the Independence Day holidays in USA. Hopefully an amazing, great day. The fireworks all around the condominium here right now. I feel like I'm right now between two war on the left of the light, on the right. Maybe we're going to have another war tonight with Mr. Andrew. We are going to get our boxing glove out tonight. And the referee, the WWE, Mr. Enoch, that's going to be between us and see what's happening tonight. But we welcome everybody. Hopefully an amazing, great Monday. Another week, the first week of July. And the month is really in front of us. And we are, honestly, for 3 days before the initial draft, Thursday, July 7th, and Friday. Of course, we're going to follow live streaming both days, give you the best content we can give to you to understand, and of course, follow up with what's going on around the NHL. A couple of news today, not much. slowly day. Other effect, like Montreal Canadiens have a press conference with Vincent LECAVALIER and Ken Hughes. And our top, and of course, Andrew Lepage is going to talk about this, what happening over there. We're going to talk about it a bit, the different news, like the Toronto Maple Leafs or different players are going to go on the UFA or RFA, the signature, where the player can go, trade bait. Maybe we can talk about this, of course, at the end of the show, the Frenchy quiz. 5 questions today. It's going to be easier compared to yesterday, but still have a great time altogether. Tonight's all about the general manager. So it'll be interesting who's going to win tonight. Danny and Nona Roger win yesterday and today, of course. And we want to congratulate them to win the Frenchy quiz. But why not to open the door to see the insider of the Hockey Nation Live show? We'll see if they are ready to rock and roll. They are right now waiting on the green room, ready to rock and roll, and they have some jab and uppercut on the left, on the right, and we put the referee between both of us because he's really the one over there. So welcome Mr. Enartap and Mr. Andrew Lepage in the house tonight.
Hello, everyone. Hello,
how's
Coach
everybody
Andrew.
doing? How are you?
Yourself?
A good start with this one.
Let's get ready to rumble!
From the red corner. Just kidding. Here we go. We're going to have a couple of people in the chat. We don't have a lot of rules here for the chat people. The only thing we want to be sure you don't bully anybody. You respect each other. And then if you have any question, you have only one thing. Don't forget the letter Q in front of the question. If not, we cannot read it. I don't know why the computer does that way. So if you don't put the letter Q, not going to work. So not because we ignore you. It's just a rule we try to implant during the power play show the night, and not during the day, but the night. So only ask you this. I'm going to go through all your questions at some point, of course. We're going to rock and roll tonight, the show until 11 p.m. And then and our top have to go to bed at 11:15. So we have to finish before we shut down here and to be sure he got his milk and his cookie before he go to bed. So that's happening about this.
You know, you shouldn't talk like that to the referee. You know, I'm going to be going for Andrew over here.
Bon, oui, Nicolas de Gauby-Bonneau, directement de la belle province de Québec, dans la région de Sherbrooke. Nicolas de Gauby-Bonneau. And we have, of course, the captain of the moderator and the show tonight, Mr. Danny T. Welcome back. Mr. Flinney, 46. Welcome aboard, Mr. Flinney, 46. I think it's the first time. If not, welcome back. Thanks to be with us tonight.
Welcome aboard.
From Utah, Round with Kings 20. Welcome back, Mr. Ron.
Hey, Ron. How's it going?
And we have our supporter member of the Hockey Nation Live show, Mr. John D. Welcome back, Colorado Avalanche.
Hey, John.
From Illinois and Chicago, welcome, Mr. Blackhawks fan 97.
Welcome, Blackhawks fan.
Hey, Blackhawks.
And we will take time to, pray maybe, ask the people to pray at some point. We have something thought about the people happening again in Illinois today at Island Park. Another one, another too many. And for the people happening, we will just wish the best for the family. And hopefully, it's just crazy. But it is what it is. So for the people over there, Illinois, Island Park, I know Blackhawks is this area, so hopefully everything is fine with you. And go from there. Mr. Nuna Roger, app number 1 is back in the house tonight.
Welcome, Nuna.
Hey, Roger.
From Marietta, Georgia, Mr. Angelo. Welcome back.
Welcome, Angelo.
Giroux, Colorado of the Flyers. We're going to ask, we did that question. We're going to talk about this in the next couple of minutes with the insider. Mr. Kevin DP in the house.
Kevin.
Long time. Long time. Hopefully you're doing well, Mr. Kevin. And we're ready to rock and roll with your Toronto Maple Leaf. And directement de la belle province. Non, de la belle province. Directement de la big state in Texas. Everything is big. The barbecue, the wings, the restaurant, and the gas station. And of course, Joel Austin. That's another story. And welcome back, Mr. Joseph Laham. Thank you so much. Honestly, that's a big church, right? So
Yes,
that's,
it is.
everything is big over there. So that's the reason why they do that way over there. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know he's selling car. I don't know he's building car. I don't know he's painting car. The only thing we know, he's in the house tonight checking what's going on. Mr. Dixon Automobile Group, another supporter of the Hockey Nation live show in the house.
How's it going, Dixon?
Welcome aboard, Mr. Dixon. I had to check something for you, so I will take your name here and return that. Sometimes we forgot things to do. And voila, talking about boxing glove, another one. Sometime he's ready to rock and roll and put another uppercut or a jab. Mr. Luc Lafortune de la belle région de la Lanche au Gardien. Welcome back.
Bonsoir.
No. Here we go. Did anyone see what happening in the Park? Yeah, we just talked about this. And what about the insider, all the update around the league? Why not to ask welcome Mr. RJ Calabro Sports Schedule. He's with us tonight.
Hey, RJ.
RJ. The HW is with us at 50 calories, maybe. I think it's calories. How is doing? Doing great. TH, talking about TH, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night, 9:30. We do another mock draft. So don't forget to come back. We're going to give you the link, everything tomorrow at 9 o'clock. And click over there, go sit down over there, waiting to pick your team, and then pick up the ones you want to get. And we're going to go through this again tomorrow. A quick 20 minutes and mock draft. And I'm going to show tonight my first mock draft, first 2032, before we make some modification in the next couple of days, and honestly tomorrow. But I want to show to you today. Miss Kelly! Miss Kelly! Miss Kelly!
Miss Kelly.
How you doing, Kelly?
C'est what happening. Mr. Roland, directement de Western Canadian, directly from British Columbia, Mr. Roland. Number one fan of Vancouver Canucks. Another team, we need to talk about them, what's going on with Vancouver. We'll see what they're going to do the next couple of days. And what about the Blue Mountain Kid is in the house tonight?
Welcome, Blue Mountain.
Blue Mountain, welcome.
And 10 seconds, each one of you. When you see Blue Mountain Kid, what can see on your head? Which image you thinking? Blue Mountain Kid.
Blue Mountain.
Why do I think of a Coors can?
I'm thinking of Collingwood. Blue Mountain.
I'm thinking also about a drink. But me, energy drink. You think you drink beer, but me, I was thinking about energy drink. I don't know. Blue Mountain Kid, the Blue Mountain drink. I think it would be great. I think we should start to figure out something. Energy drink. It's called a Blue Mountain drink from the Hockey Nation live show. That would be great. But anyway, he asked a question. Who do you think Montreal is going to draft?
Shane Wright.
I know my answer.
Shane Wright.
Guaranteed.
Shane Wright.
I believe so. I mean, there's a lot up in the air, but I still feel that they're going to go that way.
And we have Mr. François Pitt de retour. Welcome back, Mr. François.
Hey, welcome, Francois.
Francois, trying to stir the pot. Look at Francois.
It looked like François is right now on the training warm-up. He asked you, Mr. Andrew, I'm not going to respond back. How many pick you gave to get a top 10 pick?
Oh, like I said, if you listen to me closely, we've already got the 26th there. I was going to make 2 more trades to get us 2 more first rounders, and I'd be willing to give up 3 rounders for that second pick.
Or what happened if
Or
it's it's Colorado, it's Ottawa or Ottawa?
no, I'd only go that high in giving up that much for the second pick. Now I'd have to think a little differently going down to 7. 7, you
How
might get
how
a player
how
and a pick.
guaranteed do you think they will do that three pick that Devils?
Right now, I don't think
Devils.
anything's a guarantee. I don't think anything at all is a guarantee. This is so much up in the air, especially listening to Hughes today. It's way up in the air. They're open to everything.
How many draft
Jersey.
pick will add trade away?
How many picks?
Probably
Well, I think-
4. I mean, they'll make a 2-for-1. 2-for-1. They'll do it twice. Is my prediction.
So my question to you: how many pick they
12.
going to lose?
They're
2.
going to get rid of about 6.
No, I think 2.
I think 6 picks they'll get rid of because they got so many, and there's so many youngsters there already that they don't want to have an overload of people to have to sign in the future, right? I mean, and
I
they
think
can do some.
overall they're going to get 2 or 3, and they maybe gain 1 for next year.
Yeah, and that's what
Yeah.
how I could see it too is them doing a lot of it for next year.
Yeah, they're going to build on next year's draft for sure.
Yeah.
That's all you can say about this one there. Just right, Auto
Yeah,
Body
that's-
Shop. Now, Coach, we be fixing them. Here we go. I'm tired. I know what. He's Auto Body Shop. He learned about this. He went to school for that. And one side of the car, he put the logo Montreal. The other side, he put the Toronto Maple Leaf logo. But that's another subject
That's
about this
dangerous.
one over there. If you're doing well, mass shooting. And then
Either way, you're getting your car damaged.
exactly about this. Mr. K in the house.
Mr. K.
Hey, Clamp, how are you?
The first prospect goalie, Evan Fedorov, sent to the Arctic for military service. Any comments you want to talk about this?
I just
it's,
feel so bad for those guys. I really do. I just, I hope somehow they stay safe. Sad. Really sad.
It seems like a form of, it was a form of punishment almost. And he's going to lose 2 years here, and that's going to
huge.
destroy his career.
Yep. Yeah.
So if you watch my video today, I talk about the case over there, and he's 25 years old, 6'7", play for CSKA goaltending over there. The owners of this has billion of dollars, and he support Putin behind him, and it looked like they put him some kind of pill to him, and he cannot remember what happening to him until he got transferred for the military area. For that moment now, we have 4 solid players. You have Mirochnikov, you have Metikov, I think, and you have another one I cannot remember. What the impact is going to do? Do you expect them to drop after everybody after 20, or some of them go take a chance at 13, 14, 15?
I think they're going to drop below 20 myself. I really do. Yeah. It's sad that it's going to happen. I'm even worried about Romanov because I heard he has gone to Russia to visit his family. So I'm really worried about these Russian players going home. I think we're going to hear a lot more.
Yeah, but I think
it's not new.
I'm sorry.
It's not new. Like if you recall when Mogilny came over, not this serious, but it was also a situation where he fled the country, and you're either going to get some players now that are going to start to do that somehow. Otherwise, I don't see NHL teams taking too much of a gamble. Now, if they fall down to the 3rd round, they might take a chance.
Right.
The only good things, other Miro Chemnikan, they're already here. Like Yurav, I think, is here.
Yeah.
And Medenchuk is right here, or Mechanikov, whatever his last name. I think they are here already, so I think it's not too bad. But like Romanov, it looked like everything is fine. Hughes talk about this. He communicated with him. Everything is going to have no problem. I think for them, it's really they don't want to lose any. They don't want to KHL stop to play hockey, and they don't want to lose any player go from KHL to come to go to Canada, well, play in NHL. That's the reason they stop him to do that. And they don't want to have any transfer right now at that moment. So any player have a contract with, like it was like 3 years ago, Kaprizov was never going to be here right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, almost civil cancel fireworks is concert tonight. Mr. Yann Gionnet is in the house.
Hey, Yann.
Oh, William back in the house, ladies and gentlemen. We miss Mr. William. Have to take a right shot, a center tucked behind his key. A first line, have 20 years looking for center out here. He's right.
Yes.
What about Mr. Zenit Gamin? Zenit, Zayla, and Caroline. Welcome all three in the house tonight.
Zenit, welcome.
And I agree with Andrew. We got too many pick. We have to trade them anyway. We cannot sign them all, François. Definitely, we cannot do that at some point. Talking about the sign up. We signed another players today, but I'm going to talk about this a little bit later. He's on another graphic. I put a leave on the car. They are going to graveyard. Dixon about this one there. Be careful. You're going to get a snack for your wife behind you, so be careful what you said here. I think she's covering you. She's watching what you said in the house. And what about Mr. Eternel? Eternel, Mr. John Taylor too said hi, Mr. Eternel. Welcome aboard.
Eternal, how's it going?
For New York Rangers team, is trying to put it in the rebuild is longest plan around 7 years in the business. Sound like a bit after that. Thanks so much, RJ, for the information about this one over there. Remember when the Nordic pulled out of the hat the Stachny, bro?
Marion, Anton,
Peter.
Yep.
What a trio.
Thursday night is on Eternal at 7 o'clock. And I just, Mr. Steve G is on the house.
Welcome, Steve.
Steve, how's it going?
How's the hangover going?
Putin is a madman. Google account is back with us.
Looking good.
Happy 4th July American. Will Giroux cost more que Kadri et Nikoshin?
No.
Not now.
I think Kadri's the most expensive of those three.
Yeah.
I will be close to Nikoshin.
It doesn't mean he's the best.
Right.
But he's going to cost the most.
Yeah.
Yep. Sound like we are going back to the old classic, the Iron Curtain about this.
Unfortunately.
Looking that way.
And I just follow what we have a question, honestly, from Kelly. And I don't know what this show up about this, but the league have 6.4 in cap space. They have to spread that between RFA, Case, Egval, and Sandin. Could they sign them all back?
Well, just today I heard news about Sandin, and he's not very happy with the amount of minutes that he's pulling with the Leafs. So we could see a trade happening with Sandin, and then that would open up some space. But they still, then you have to address getting another defenseman if you get rid of him.
Yeah.
I would be a bit different. I would say Kelly, they were all coming back at Toronto.
I'm not sure. It didn't sound very positive today with Sandin.
He's a RFA anyway.
But they could set him up in a trade, right? They could set him up in a trade, and that could address.
Man, why to trade at 23 years old? You develop for 5 years just because he's not happy.
Well, yeah, you want to develop that team chemistry, that team bonding. You can't have You can't have a rotten apple in the bushel.
I think his biggest problem for him right now is wait a minute, I'm see right now 4 and the lineup behind Marsden and Giordano Riley, so I need to be sure. It's a way to express to them, listen, I want to be sure I'm not healthy scratch here anymore. But you said I'm going to leave the team and go somewhere at that age. I don't see that.
It's not good. It's not good. But it's not good even the way, I mean, they have to iron this out. They have to tell him definitively what his role is, where he's playing, approximately, what kind of ice time he's going to get, what their intentions are moving forward with him. And he has to buy into that. Otherwise, you have a disgruntled player. And we've seen this year after year with other players. It's just not healthy, and it destroys the team.
Yeah, but my point is not going to get him just because he wants to leave the team. They will have to request a second-round pick in return.
Oh, I'm sure they'll try to get it if that's the case.
Mm-hmm. You mean? But it's just his sense of the negotiation is pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Would you be better for Colorado to go after Giroux because he's cheaper, or try to sign Kadri in Nikoshin?
I do think they should try to get Nikoshin back. There's no doubt in my mind. I think, Kadri's a given. He's gone, no doubt. But I think they could pull off Giroux as well.
They could.
Yep.
And I think he'd look good. Yeah.
I think they can get Giroux and Nikoshin and not Kadri.
Right.
Yeah.
Can they sign Campbell? Forgot the Q, but...
Who? Toronto?
Yeah.
They could if his price comes down a bit. They'll get it done, but it doesn't look like they're even talking right now.
Seems to be a lot of that happening with a few clubs, actually. Nobody's, to be a lot of no communication going on.
Yep. Here we go. We are here, so hold on. We have something here. Well, Jake, don't forget, guys, to put the letter Q in front. If not, it will be difficult to follow all the questions. Because if I'm not in the chat, I'm never going to see what you said in the chat. So don't forget to put the letter Q in the front. That'll be easier about this one. Will Jake Ottinger stay with the Dallas Star? Yes, Mikro. He just got a new contract, if I can recall it, right?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So he don't go nowhere. I would keep Kadri over Giroux, Luc Lafortune said.
Well, you might want to, but he's going to cost a lot of money right now. That's going to be the problem. He's worth the coin at the moment. They're not going to be able to afford it, and they'll be able to get enough back with Giroux and Nikoshin. I think is a better way to go for them, money wise.
And the other thing I would look at is Giroux's been consistent his whole entire career. Kadri hasn't. I mean, this was the top of the peak for him. Don't expect this kind of a year again, regardless of where he goes.
I agree.
Angelo said Kadri to Washington to replace Backstrom. Where do you see Kadri?
I mean, I heard Boston as well. The only problem with that is I worry about the amount of money that it'll take for Boston to get him, and that might set a bit of a discord with the entire team setup, because there's guys that will be making less than him that are probably better than him on that team.
And you got to also think of don't exclude Dallas either. I mean, they're going to have to replace Radula, right? So who knows?
Yeah, but they have to. They're a bit tighter with cap, and they're going to have to address defense first. That's my only concern there.
They probably had too many center over there.
Yeah.
In Dallas. So I think you don't want to go there. No, Boston, I would say to you, in our tap, the words now is more Trocheck over there.
Trocheck? Yeah. That fits a little bit better.
That does look like it would go.
Kadri is more direction for Washington or Philadelphia.
I could see Philadelphia.
So that would be really about this one over there. Ron said, I think he will stay with Florida.
Giroux?
Oh, Giroux? It's possible, but I don't see it. I think he's going to move on. There's something that's telling me somebody else is going to sweep him up.
Yeah.
I think both Ottawa and Colorado are very good options. I mean, I
Yeah.
would
Oh,
put
Edmonton.
Florida third.
Even Edmonton, yeah.
Yeah, that could work. But
Yeah.
do they have the money?
Why
That's
Kadri
the
won
catch.
out? He just won the Stanley Cup. Et Avalanche is again a contender next year.
He just wants to cash in. He just wants to get that big contract. This is his home run chance, and I think that's what it's all about. Cash in on this one.
And he's achieved what he wants, right? He finally got the cup. So, I mean, it'd be nice to get more, obviously, but once you get it, then your next thing is to set up your family and your kids and their kids.
Exactly.
So you're right. Go after the contract.
Yeah.
He will stay there on under $7 million.
I don't think he's going to go for 7.
No. But I was said if he's getting if he would like to stay there, it's under $7 million.
Yes.
Yeah, it would have to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
RJ Brockbauser signed a 3-year deal. Thanks so much. Kadri to Calgary. No money.
I don't think he's a
see.
Daryl Sutter type either.
Especially if they sign Goudreau.
Oh, they have to pay Ketchup.
Yeah. And Kachuk as well. They have to.
Ketchup, you have the next one over there, and they have still have money at hand and their salary.
That's right.
So I don't think so. They have enough for them for sure. Yeah, if Toronto they don't sign Cabal, they will sign Lipton. Kadri to Anaheim.
No, I don't see it.
No.
Sorry.
I missed the conference. I saw they only said they did not know who they would pick, who make a one over that. Did I miss something? Here we go. Let's talk about this. Ken Hughes right now and Vincent LECAVALIER. Did you, both of you, did you watch it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. So what is your first impression? Well, what did you get from this conference? And the point you did not talk about, I will add at the end.
Okay, we'll let Intertap start.
Okay, you know what? I didn't get very much out of it. I mean, it's good that they're always keeping the communication lines open. They kind of addressed. I think in their minds, they are definitely they definitely have a game plan going into the draft. They know who they're going to take first already. Whether they're playing a game right now, just not to let it on, that's another thing altogether. They kind of went around in an indirect way their process of how these choices in their heads are made. They establish we're going to see their plan unfold on that night. That'll be the first step. The other thing I saw was that they're going to pay a lot more attention to the players once they've been drafted in Montreal. They're not just going to draft them, throw them in the minors, and leave them there or bring them up when they're not completely ready. They're going to focus in on the person, check in on them often, work on some of their deficiencies, try to develop them the proper way so that when they do come up, they have the greatest chance of sticking with the team. And that's what I got out of it. I didn't see much from LECAVALIER. They didn't really define anything like what his role with the team is beyond what we knew already. But that's it from me.
Yeah, I think basically they're holding their cards to their chest real super well, no doubt about it. I think again they're definitely open to everything. They're leaving everything wide open. But I do, however, think they're really doing their homework with the interviews. And I think, that's where Vinny's also gotten involved, having a bit of a talk with Shane. And I think really, truthfully, that's going to be crucial, how those last interviews have gone, unless, of course, somebody offers us this crazy, out-of-the-world ballpark trade, right? But that's how I see it going. I think they're doing, and they're going to much smarter outfit with the whoever comes. They're going to bring these guys in correctly when they're ready. They're going to have an eye on them. There's definitely a different feel altogether.
Coach?
It's because I have fireworks beside me. It's like, I don't know what kind of fireworks, but that's a lot noise over there. No noise last night, but tonight look like they are hit each other. Anyhow, first of all, I understood more the role of really Vincent LeCavalier bring on the table. He's really involved about scouting a lot. He evaluate a lot of players. They watch a lot of videos, and he have an opportunity to talk with the one because he's been there as a first round. So he explained a lot the kind of pressure he got when he got select first round pick, and how Jacques Demers helping him to understand what he need to do with no pressure. Every time like that, what he been his first year in Tampa Bay. So we have an interview, talk with Shane Wright to know him more personally, and all those kind of questions they ask him about how he's going to react. My second day, I was impressed how many times can you saw Shane Wright in the last 4 years or 3 years since he been play Bantam all around the tournament at Don Mill, every time that. I did not know that really until today, where I was always looking coolly with his son play again USA, every time that. So that's another thing with that. The third thing, they don't pick the players tomorrow, Thursday, for the best next year. They project him for the next 24 years, at 24 years old, 25 years old, at 23 years old. That's what they try. So they try to, with everything they have right now, like he said, Andrew, his homework is to find how they can develop this, the projection they can get. So tonight, at that moment, we talk each other. They are talking with all the scout, how they, about each three player. They have only three. And it's not Nemec, it's not Jiricek, it's Cooley, Wright, and Slavkovsky. So that's how they are right now. So they're going to meet each other. What I like is the team effort or the team concept. It's not about can use. It's not about only one. It's all together. They want to see their voice. They want to hear their voice. And they can understand what it takes for each one of them. So for me, I never see this before in Montreal Canadiens, at least for the last 15, 20 years, maybe before that. It's really another new direction in Montreal. And then after that, how we develop him, what kind of tool like Shane Wright he can get to get better. And everything like that. And they want to know from A to Z. The fact they talk with their friends, their teammates, their ex-coaches, the family members, and everything. It's not only the interview the players. They want to know exactly what kind of character he is off ice and when he can anticipate him, who he can become in the next 5, 6, 7 years, 10 years. So it's really deep. When you go to select the players, the one thing I know, they will be happy about their selection. When I said that, they will guarantee themselves this is the best of the three can become what we expect about this. And for me, that's really what I got over there. See, I had nothing big news, but they want to explain how they process to select their pick, how they evaluate the players, how they match everybody. So for me, I was impressed by the way they counsel each other. And for Vincent LeCavalier, he have a role inside this is pretty amazing. The fact he talked to him and how LeCavalier can be close to whatever they pick to explain during the year. We have something they can relate to someone. So the players they will pick for the Montreal from day one now. They're going to have a chance, it's kind of the tools and the toolbox to use. The sport psychologic, the analyst, the video coach, the private coach, Adam, the Giroux for the sport performance, the Vincent LeCavalier, the Martin Lapointe. It's really deeper and deeper and deeper. So for me, it was pretty much what I got today. I don't know if you want to add something I forgot, but that's pretty much what I got today.
I think it's super impressive the way Hughes has responded, saying how it's going to be a team decision, with all of them involved. That is so refreshing because before, Bergevin would have just taken charge over everything and, hey, cut it off. He kind of cut everybody off at the legs. So this is super, super refreshing. And they're just going to make sure whoever it is, and I think you're right, Coach, they know who it is. I think they've already pretty much decided, pretty close to it. And I think they just want to make sure they're going to be strong enough to deal with the pressure in Montreal.
That's another point over there. They understand the pressure they get in Montreal, so they want to be sure the player can accept this, how he can through those kind of adversity challenge, everything on that. And then I maybe not mention, if the player is not ready to play next year, they are not afraid to return the players back where he's supposed to be and waiting 1 year, 2 years. It's not a short term, it's a long term. If this is the best for the players.
Development.
It's about development. Exactly.
Proper.
Yeah.
Proper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to consider what we have here. Mr. SK, welcome aboard. I think it's the first time with us. Thanks for joining us, Mr. SK. Hopefully you're going to subscribe to the show.
It's more than mine, SK.
You're absolutely right. He asked a little bit more money. I think, look, we answered, but if not, how about Kadri to the Flyers?
Yeah. Possibility.
I think they're going to be really active, the Flyers, the next couple of days or week. Kadri came out. Mr. Grooves from UK.
Welcome.
By the way,
but he had a great year. It wasn't just the playoffs.
Yeah.
But, he did have a phenomenal year.
By the way, I was impressed by Ken Hughes when he showed, by example, Brad Marchand development and the way he continues to. So he talked about the characteristics of the players, the character of the players, right? He said he was really impressed by how Marchand, he tried to learn and get better every single day to reach his full potential. He said, look, at 30 years old, he tried, because he's, Hughes is from Boston. So he said he's getting better and older. And that's what the kind of player we're looking for to get. Exactly. So it was funny. He was talking about them.
It's such an undervalued thing, trying to establish the character of these players. And that's what they need to do moving forward is constantly talk with these guys, try to observe them as much as possible, understand, can these players, like some can perform wonderfully at the leagues that they're in. The moment they go to the NHL, for whatever reason, they can't, some of them. And so it's that fine line trying to determine, which player can act on and react at the moment that you're in a game situation, because you can teach them all sorts of things and try to correct this and try to improve on that. But when it comes to game situation, you either have that instinct, that natural instinct, or you don't. And if you can find out whether that player has it before you draft them, it makes life a lot easier.
And again, I think it's so huge because in Montreal, it really is a religion. And the pressure is phenomenal. So they really have to have the character in that player has to be real strong.
Yeah.
Yep, you're absolutely right about this one. I was going to say something. I just forgot about this one. Mr. Nata was talking. But I will get you a little bit later. Mr. Roger Jean, welcome back. Mr. Jean, if you have give me a favor, can you email me back, please? I'll ask you email. For some reason, I cannot get it. I have a new computer, and I don't know how. But if you can email me back, that'd be great, Mr. Jean, so he can get the email about this. Giroux à Los Angeles.
No.
It's possible, but I still see, I don't know. Some reason I see someone like Colorado coming forward after him.
François Pitt says Giroux will sign with a contender.
Yeah, that's why. Either stays in Florida, goes to Colorado. There's an outside chance he might go home again to Ottawa, but
I know what I was trying to say, Mr. Notap. He was talking also the fact it's not easy to project the players. One, like Slavkovsky play with the men, and when they play with a junior, and they play with NCAA, everything like that. So he was explaining about this. That's what I was trying to follow your subject about this. Angel said Kadri would get 8 million by Strom going long term if he up that amount. So Angel really believe he's going to Washington, Kadri, about this one over there. Roger Angel said Billy Jarvie to Montreal.
Please no. No.
The rumor today is they trade Josh Anderson in return. And they get him and Tyson Barrie.
No thanks.
No. Doesn't make sense.
No.
Doesn't make sense.
Why? To play at the left wing with Ziski and...
If Puljujarvi in the years that he's been with McDavid and Draisaitl hasn't established himself, he's not going to do it with the likes of...
He's only 22 years old.
But he was only young, all the way through. I agree with Intertap.
What about he didn't get the proportion, the right development around him? I believe me, in hockey, you never gave up a kid at 24 years old or younger.
Yeah, but you got to look at the team's circumstances, and Montreal's can't.
So why explain me? So both of you gave me an example, like 15 kid team looking for Puljujarvi right now.
They can have him.
So why 15 wanted and then Montreal said no, we don't like him?
Well, it depends. Every team has different needs, right, Coach? In Montreal's case, I don't think he fits into that mold. I really don't.
6'3", same size like Slavkovsky.
Again, we're getting into culture. Culture is the issue.
What's culture? Who knows really him is a problem.
You can kind of see it in his play. There's times if you've watched him play over the years, and I have watched him quite a bit because I used to think he was really going to be something.
So I have a question for you. If Puljujarvi have a chance to shoot the net, do you think he shoot the net or he pass to McDavid?
He shoots.
You really believe he will shoot and not pass the puck to McDavid?
No, I think he shoots because I think it's McDavid that's been trying to get him going and out of his funk.
I tell you right now, he will pass the puck to McDavid.
And that's what's wrong. But the mentality should be that a guy his size in front of the net should be dominating. And he's not.
He's in front of the net? The guy's not scared to go in front of the net?
That's what I'm saying. So he should be his production should be a lot higher than what it is right now. And it just goes back, like I've seen him play, and there's times you'll watch him for a couple of weeks and you're saying, wow, this guy looks amazing. And then you'll watch him for another 2 weeks and you'll say, where is he? Is he playing tonight?
Exactly.
Not too dissimilar than Anderson, right?
So I will give you that question for you. Puljujarvi. Do you want him or you keep Drouin?
Oh, I'll take Puljujarvi any day of the week over.
All right. Do you Puljujarvi or you keep Paul Biron?
Paul Biron.
Yeah, but that
34 years old, 22 years old, 6'3" versus 5'9".
I'm keeping him for a different reason. I'm keeping him for a different reason.
We're making examples here that don't fit the situation.
Right.
Like of course you're going to take Puljujarvi over Paul Byron. Paul Byron, if he's lucky, he's got one more year in him.
Yeah.
You can't
with the new hit, he's going to be elsewhere.
So my point to you, I would say right now, Montreal have only done enough better to build Puljujarvi on the left side.
I think they have better options.
Okay. And is the intention to make the team better this year?
Right.
I think they want to organically tank one more year. And what they're going to do is they're going to say, okay, here's our core. We drafted. Here's what we have. Let's see what they do until about Christmas. And then they're going to start making decisions. Okay, these go down to the minor, go play for Hamilton. These ones here, we're going to trade at trade deadline.
So now, the way you talk, you don't trade Petrie anymore.
You will at trade deadline time if you don't get rid
so
of them
you don't change your lineup now, so you don't go have any trade at the trade this week.
I hate to say it, though. Hughes made that point today. Hughes said, there is a chance they don't trade Petrie.
Yeah, the problem with that is, there's word around the fact that they have another kid on the way, and the mother-in-law who takes care of the kids is
yeah.
not vaccinated, so getting her into Canada is
Yeah.
a problem, or was a problem.
I heard that story, but it's lightened up from what they were saying. So it's not such a case as when it was with full COVID, the way it was. And Hughes was like, if we don't get what we want for him, he'll be here. And I expect him to play to his potential.
Luciano, welcome aboard. Micro Love, Sharks HD, welcome back with Rand McDonald at the Smashville in Nashville at the Vanderbilt University. Kayla, he said, welcome. RJ News, Rozovic signed a 2 years, $8 million contract. Thanks so much for the information, RJ. I would not want Giroux in LA, Luke said. And Mr. Rory McNeely, welcome aboard. Thanks to join us. Dave Everett, welcome aboard, Mr. Dave Everett. I think it's the first time in the show. We opened the door for you. Hopefully, you're going to subscribe to the show. And I'm glad you did the first thing. And ladies and gentlemen, we have the first super chat of the night. It's come again from Mr. John D. Oh, it's the wheel of the fortune. Here we go. Mr. John D did it again for $10 for the chat tonight. River, chop, chop, chop. John D super chat.
Oh my God!
John Hype.
Thank you very nice.
Here we go. John D did it again, and I'm at this area, and we'll hype Mr. John. Thanks so much for that. Anyhow, Mr. Dave Everett, thanks to join us. Glad to see you tonight. And Judy Miller to the Leafs.
That would be a good pickup for the Leafs, but
Would
I
it
don't see
ever?
how they fit it. I don't see how they fit it. They'd have to give up quite a bit.
They can fit it. They can fit him.
If they get rid of
Nylander.
Nylander, yeah.
And Mazen.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, Muzzin. But then you got...
He's got to go anyway.
Sandine. Then you have no Muzzin. Like, they're getting worse at defense by the second.
Well, they still got to pick up a defense. We know that. They got to pick up a defense.
Oh, they have right now, they're going to have Sedin, Giordano, and they get, of course, Raleigh. And they have their Finland players also in our top.
If you're Vancouver, do you do that deal?
Oh, no, I don't send Mazen go there. I just said if they get Miller, they can find a way. The problem with Miller, it's not next year. It's how can you sign him after that. So you have to learn, you have to think about long term and not only right now 5.5, whatever he is. But it's okay, how much he would ask after that. So it can fit. So what he's going to do. I was going to say a team. I don't know it will fit there, but you have to look about team. Boston.
Yeah.
Flyers. Washington. Three team over there. I know they are close, but I think Winnipeg Jet, we don't talk a lot about Miller over there. I think Columbus, don't talk about. Do you trade Miller for Patrick Laney?
See, if I was Vancouver, I wouldn't even want to unload Miller.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I like Miller, and I like what he brings to the game every single night. Now, Laney is probably a more gifted goal scorer. He's got more size. I like that, but I don't always like the attitude that he brings to the game every night. So we go back to that character situation, right?
Yeah.
And just like we were talking about Paul Jarvie, like, I don't know if he's got that in him.
Oh, you guys, you're so hard on players. You just put them down all the time. It's not Lujo Bali. It's Patrick Laney. It's you guys. You all against them. I think hopefully they don't listen. You guys here in the chat.
I think it's an eye for character. And
yesterday it was Max Sheffley. It was Pierre-Luc Dubois. Jeez.
Hey, you got just as much.
Wait, you brought up Shifley.
And then you talk about Jonathan Drouin.
I heard everybody's pitching in to get you a nice Cotton Kanyemi jersey.
Kokanemi. Kokanemi.
We're still waiting for that video, by the way.
It's coming soon. I'm waiting for viewers on my. Maybe I should put a Kokanemi. Maybe my viewers going increasing about this. Coach Montreal has no choice. Terry captain next year.
Who?
Now the autocorrect of Terry is Suzuki.
That's a stretch.
Very.
That's a good question. What do you think? Who is going to? If you have to take the captain tomorrow, who do you pick?
Joel Edmondson.
Yeah, I would go that route and then give it to Suzuki, but I don't think that's what they'll do. I think they will give it to Suzuki.
I agree.
I go with Suzuki.
Yeah. So we agree.
I know they're gonna. See? They're gonna. I don't agree with it though, but they're gonna.
Yeah.
Of course you're not. As Kadri stay in Colorado with a nice pay raise, I think is earned it.
Autocorrect, Kadri.
I say Cruz, no.
With a nice pay rate, no.
Over $7 million, it does not stay over there, Cruz.
He can't. He can't. The money's not there.
Exactly.
Yann excited for 3 days. I won't be able to see fireworks tonight. Blackhawks. All right. Colorado can have for $8 million for Kadri. Here we go. Bonsoir, Pierre Martin. Welcome aboard.
What's the matter with
Hey, Pierre, how are you?
Yes, it was for Andrew. Toronto one signed Campbell.
It's kind of looking like they're not going to.
They'll sign him if he comes down in price.
Yeah. You know what the name he was talking a lot today?
Who?
Marc-André Fleury. Do you know he was close to go there at the trade deadline?
Marc-André Fleury?
Yeah. Coming from Pierre Lebrun.
I thought he didn't want to play in Canada, though.
Yeah, that's what I thought, too.
So it would be interesting if he decide to go there.
But why would Toronto do that? Like, you're getting a player, even if he gives you one good year, that's all he's going to give you.
Exactly.
Pay him below $4 million?
Yeah, for 1 year. But it doesn't, what I'm trying to say is it doesn't address your goaltending.
Because in 2 years, next year, your goaltender, you have about 10 goaltender can become UFA next year. Frederick Anderson, Renta, and a lot of goaltender become UFA next year.
Yeah, I don't know how many, but
they really got to think about it though. They got their window's getting really small.
So
now.
if you think about this, right?
Do you see
who do you trust? And right now, do you have free goaltender?
Oh, not many. I'll be honest with you.
Not many at all.
Are you going to give Crumper $6 million, Campbell $6 million, Husso, and then you have Fleury? That's only 4. That's only you have.
Yeah. I know. There's not much.
It's not pretty.
But if I'm there, if I'm them, I take Nylander, I trade them to Washington, I'm getting Samsonov in return, and then I'm asking them to get a Nick Down or something like that at the bottom 6, and maybe a defenseman righty they have, and then I made that trade Nylander. Nylander need to bring a goaltender, a young goaltender like Samsonov at 25, 26.
Yeah.
If you think long term.
It's worth the shot. It's worth the shot.
Yeah. His pick number 2 may be a 6'8" winger. William, it's been 51 years since the half draft Gallagher and Wright in Kingston, number 51. Any thought where or what?
Well, I think we were all leaning that we all believe that Wright's coming. That's who we're.
Now he talked about the number 51 for the number.
Yeah, it was, and it happened on I forget that there's more to those statistics too. Yeah, it is quite a coincidence. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Something about the date that the player died or something, and the year he was drafted. How many? I don't know. I don't remember now.
I thought to get Mr. Kilo. Welcome back, Kilo. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes.
Thank you.
SK Guy was born in 1951.
That's right.
There you go.
They look like they will select 51. That's pretty cool. I like those cool. Stuff like that.
Number 51, yeah.
And last one I want to grant you, Mr. By the way, sadness, they 1 year now, they lost the goaltender, Columbus Blue Jacket, by fireworks last year. So 1 year now. Today we lost Jean-Guy Gendron, ex-Montreal Canadien, passed away at 86 years old. Jean-Guy Gendron. I would take Cooley over Slavkovsky. Do you know Slavkovsky is a number 4 in many expert draft?
I was going to say that. I saw that too. Yeah, I saw him 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, that's really impressive about this one over there. We're getting there. We slowly go down. Pasteur Maria Grisson qui la planche aussi avec boisson et popcorn. All right. Hey, what up? It's another update for RJ. RJ Jink on this one. 42 options, 31. Guys, don't forget to click on the likes. That'd be great if you can do that. LECAVALIER said protecting the draft pick was Jacques Demersway.
He was one of the best communicators with the players.
Yeah, he was really good.
You know, those players would do anything for him.
Mr. Dan Ashram is in the house.
Hey, Dan, how's it going?
Yeah.
Coach, is this Dubas' last chance?
Yes.
Dubas? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Mr. Renault, welcome aboard.
Hey.
110%.
I guaranteed it, remember?
Twitter did a survey last week. Leaf fans were voted the most annoying fan in the NHL.
Yes.
Sounds about right.
We brought that up.
Yeah.
I did not.
Just as a...
Rick Bowness would be the coach for the Winnipeg Jets. I thought it was going to be Barry Trotz.
Yeah, so did we.
Well, we all originally thought that, and then we thought it was going to be Tocchet, and then this is what happened. Not so good.
Yeah. Montreal loved Cooley attitude. They want to pick him starting number 2, but now we have number 1. So Wright is a logical pick, but they have concern about his attitude. One thing I would say to you for what I learned today, they will know exactly the attitude of each one of them. They will know exactly what they can do, what they have to do. It's on that. It's scrapping from the top to the bottom. I just feel like me, they will be fine with. They will know exactly who they are.
I'm convinced they'll pick the right guy with the way they're going to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you said, Coach, no rush to trading Petrie. MLS Trotz is taking la retraite. Question from TH. I believe I missed your recap or your live stream regarding the Hughes and LECAVALIER press conference. What were the biggest takeaway on your opinion? And 20 seconds.
Go ahead, Coach. You sum it up.
Yeah.
Now, in 20 seconds, pick one ID. Which one of you? What is your biggest takeaway?
Yeah, for me, the biggest takeaway is that they're going to really focus in on looking at the characters of the players. They before they draft them, obviously, which they have been doing their due diligence. Once they draft them, they're gonna take care of them. They're gonna be in constant communication with them. They're gonna try to work on some of the deficiencies and also develop them the proper way, which has not been done in Montreal for quite a while.
Remember, Andrew, we said 20 seconds.
Yeah, no, I think Intertap just said it exactly what the points I would have brought up. So there's your 20 seconds. I got it in 10.
You got it, my friend. Projection is the word for me. They tried to figure out the kid today, what he can look like in 24 years old. So that's the biggest thing, the age about this today between everything else. Coach, do you think the Shane Wright is on Zuki's Caulfield will be strong enough to make Montreal to playoff. If you think about next year, no. Jean.
No.
But at long term, the team will be better with both of them in the lineup. Long for sure. Punch 1 and 2 could be one to another one about this.
Don't necessarily expect if they go with Wright, which I think they will. Don't necessarily think that they'll keep him up in Montreal for very long. Like unless his top 9 games, like this guy is off to one heck of a start. Like they'll put him down and develop him.
I agree.
I still believe he will stay with Montreal.
I think they're going to give him the extra year. If pending, like I say, if he flies out of the gate, they'll probably keep him up there.
Yeah,
but if he doesn't fly out of the gate, they're going to send him down and let him get more time under his belt that he missed.
Especially if the Montreal is not winning. Why would you want to keep him there, lose a year, and at the same time, he's helping them to get a higher draft pick? Doesn't make sense. We want a lower draft pick, not a higher in 2023.
Well, but they don't think that way. That's the problem. You cannot tell them right now they don't try to win the Stanley Cup next year. They try right now to make the best product on the ice to get the best season.
Right, but you know better than I do, Coach. When it comes to the American Thanksgiving, they already know. If you're not in a playoff position by then, chances are 90% you're not going to be in a playoff position. So at that point, then you have to start thinking differently. You're going to say, why should I finish 19th or 20th overall, not make the playoffs, and get a bad pick? Or not a bad pick, but a middle-of-the-road pick. Let's start doing things a little bit differently.
What he will learn to return in OHL?
Well, they can work on whatever some of his deficiencies are.
Yeah, just the time.
Do you really the coach Kingston used him properly last year?
I don't think with when he was off from COVID, I don't think he got off to the right foot. So I think he was behind the 8 ball a bit. So I'd just like to see more games under his belt so he can work through some of the issues he had.
But do you think a 13-minute every game play third line with Montreal and practice every day around those professionals is better to play in OHL where nobody in that team can teaching him to become better or develop better when he's already played his 4 year in the OHL?
But I don't think we're in any hurry. If we're not in good shape to be like an elite team and he's not pounding the puck back, like say he starts off like Caulfield did, well then those 9 games, that's enough, send him down.
You could always bring him up later.
Yeah.
Me, I keep him. I send him at Team Canada at Christmas. And then after that, I will decide what I do with him when he's coming back.
Isn't that what they did with Kokoniemi?
No. They never return him nowhere.
No, they didn't return him anywhere.
At 18 years old, compare what Shane Wright is not the same boat.
No, Wright is better, but the point of the matter is they kept him here because they had a true need.
How did they develop him?
For centerman.
How did they develop Kokoniemi?
They didn't develop him.
They didn't develop him. That's the problem. And
do you believe Passy every day with Adam Nicholson every day teaching him how to play hockey, develop his skating, stick angling his hand, hockey send video every game, every day at Sting and the boss in Kingston traveling around the OHL is the best way?
He has the luxury that the regime has changed because it didn't matter who was under the old regime. It didn't matter who. We're lucky that this happened last year, that we have some people with some sense in there, because we would have lost Romanoff and Caulfield, I'm convinced, because they were destroying the kids.
Does he have to return to OHL?
I'm sorry?
Does he have to return to
16,
OHL?
17, 18, 19, yes.
Oh.
You have to. We have a question. Mr. Raleigh, welcome aboard. Thanks for being on. No to hockey, basically. Who is the LeBron, Brady, Messi through the NHL? Who is the best players in NHL? He want to know.
The best player?
Yeah.
Right now, it's
Connor McDavid. Yeah.
Ken McCarr.
Yeah.
Defenseman, yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So getting right back to the first pick. People is still a good player, but needs someone to play with. However, if Trot has L issue he has to deal with.
That's possible.
It's possible. You don't know.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Do you predict Avalanche will sign Fleury and let go of Kemper?
I don't see Fleury coming in.
Kemper going. I could see Kemper going, but I don't know if Fleury will go there.
Right.
I could see him sooner going to Washington, especially if Washington deals one of their goalies. I could see him going to Pittsburgh. If Fleury, I could see him going to Pittsburgh. I can see him staying in Minnesota, and that's about it.
The new team, do you sign him 1 year or 2 years or 3 years?
The new team, I'd say maximum 2 years.
Yeah. Can't go long.
What do you think of Rick Barnes and Winnipeg as a coach? Do you think is going to help the Jets?
I don't like it myself. I just think Rick was a good coach in his time, and he's got a great personality. I just think its time is up, and I don't think it's going to help the Jets. I think they went in the wrong direction.
Rick Bowness is not what Winnipeg needed right now. It's not a good match.
No.
Luciano said Kadri, we'll see what he look like at Flowers. Here's the problem with Luciano. Well, it's not a problem, but if Kadri go anywhere and he become the center number 1, that's the problem. If he's still number 2 and the team, you don't have no problem. It remind me a lot of Philippe Danault. The Philippe Danault in Los Angeles is because he was on the right chair. The Philippe Danault in Montreal, he was on the wrong chair. And that's what happened with Kadri Luciano. I believe he goes somewhere where he become number 1. I don't see this works.
Right.
Maybe 1 year, but after that, I don't see that he's going to be, because I believe he's the guy behind center number 2.
I agree.
For me, that's what I feel like that way. I will not want Barry. Let's comment this one is under so many great players. It's been Ovechkin, Crosby for the last decade. Caleb, thank you so much helping. McCarr was second round pick. Incredible. No, Pierre. McCarr was a first round pick and number 4 overall by the Colorado Avalanche. About this. What's up, Atlanta weather? I tried just getting the question for you about this. Puljijavi and Montreal, yes, if you want to finish last. About this?
That's true.
Tortorella won't put up with Antiquette. It's just, look, if you want to lose, if you want to finish last, let play Biron with Gallagher and Yamo, Joel Arma. Well, Armia, they'll be fine about this one over there. You don't need Puljujavi to finish less. Has a bad hockey. Josh, welcome aboard. If you can produce with Medeva, you want to produce with Suzuki. About him. A lot of fireworks from Ghana and the bird. Look, I want to finish last, so that's one I want Puljujavi. Yeah, where's Matthews? Try Gallagher for Puljujavi.
No.
Yes. All day.
Yeah,
well,
you're looking at money, which I totally understand, and the fact that he's on the decline. But I could also see the flip side. The flip side is you're giving up character for lack of character, and what effect, the ripple effect, will that have on the team? Because Gallagher is very well liked in Montreal.
Yep.
So what you do with Gallagher for 5 years at 6.5?
Well, I think this year here, and I think we all know it, we got to see how he comes back.
I mean, we have to give him
If he comes back the way he did last year, he may be at the end of the road.
If I have a chance to trade Gallagher today, tomorrow I trade Gallagher.
I know, but you don't want to bring in bad
attitude. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but maybe
we know it. We agree, but get a better attitude coming back.
It's no matter. I'm open up 30 million on my salary cap right now. Gallagher, I can trade from anybody. Want Gallagher tomorrow? I would trade him tomorrow.
No, nobody wants him though.
Now you just said to me you want to keep him for British Jerry, but you just said after that you don't want to. Nobody want him.
Oh, can I speak? Okay. What I said is I want a guy back that's got good character. I don't want a guy like Paul Jarvie who doesn't have that type of character. That's all. I know. I agree with your point that Gallagher, he's pretty much on the downcline. I totally agree. But I still don't want to bring in bad attitudes.
I just need some good toughness like Cation or Kane. What do you say, guys? Milton, welcome aboard.
Yeah, they could use a little bit of a rugged player on their team that can score as well. Yeah.
What kind of player they have grit and toughness in Los Angeles right now?
That's what I'm saying. That's why they could use some.
They could.
I mean, Doughty plays with an edge. Without a doubt, he always has his entire career. But
they just lost Dustin Brown, by the way.
Right.
No,
so there isn't much there in terms of grittiness.
Wow.
So you need somebody. I don't know if it's Cashin, but it's got to be somebody that can skate and play with them.
What about Nicolas Deslauriers?
Yeah, that would be a great pickup.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Deslauriers is going to stay with Minnesota.
No, yeah, Brendan Lemieux over there, but Lemieux, I don't think he's the same type of Deslauriers or that kind of cash and everything like that.
Right. Especially a young team. They can't be pushed around.
About this one over there. Shiny Connor Bedard will look like good together. No Sport Dynasty, welcome aboard.
Yeah, if we get that lucky, for sure.
Oh, my word. Can you imagine?
I think Connor Bedard look great with anybody, North. I think at that moment I will keep Paul Biron. If we get Connor Bedard, Biron can play next year. But you're absolutely right about this one over there. I don't think we will finish last, unfortunately. But if we finish at the bottom 10, I think Montreal is going to have a good hockey player.
Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah.
And that's why it has to be a fluent operation. You have to start from day one, where your aspirations are, let's do as best as we can. Let's try to make the playoffs. Let's win the cup. That should always be your mentality, whether you're in management or you're a player, right? No player goes out there and says, hey, let's tank this year. First of all, it's their lifeline and their career that's on the line. Like for them, they have X amount of years. And if you start saying, okay, well, these 2-3 years are for building, so let's take it easy and wait till we get some help from the draft, and then we'll start playing. It doesn't work that way. These players have pride. They've always been winning their entire lives, and that's the mentality that they take into play. However, come a certain point in the season, if they haven't met certain expectations and you see that they're not going to make the playoffs, then it's contingent upon them to try to rectify the situation in the best fashion they know how. And that's called an organic drop.
Yeah.
There's many ways you can do it.
I think at the end it's going to be only one Carey Price situation at the beginning. That would be interesting about that one.
Everything hinges on price. Let's face it.
Big time. Yeah.
If he can give us a couple more years, 2 or 3 more years, that we're in good shape. If he can't, then we have to look elsewhere.
So earlier you told me you return Shane Wright, right? So what you do with Caden Cooley?
No, I didn't quite say that. What I said is I mean, I'd like to keep him the whole year. If I see improvement in his play, keep him there. But if you see that Montreal is really not going anywhere, and Wright is having, he's played, let's say, 15 games, or, well, 15 is too many. He's played 9 games and he's got like 1 point. I don't see keeping him, especially in the Montreal media. Like
Right.
this is,
That
they're going
pressure.
to eat him up alive.
Yeah.
You have to protect your youth, because this guy, he's not gonna play like that the rest of his life.
So what do you do with Caden Cooley?
Caden Cooley's a different character, and he's a little ahead in that area. He's a little more ready from what we think. So, I mean, he showed signs of it in training camp last year. In a few of the games, he looked half decent. So I think he's just a little more ready. He's got a little more composure right now, and that's not to say that Wright won't come along. Again, I think the classic point is like Intertap saying, 9 games, try him out and see where he's at.
Gooley was up with the team too last year.
Yeah.
It wasn't Gooley was up with the team for a while last year.
It
wasn't until he went back down and we started seeing this great improvement. As a matter of fact, we had Norlander ranked ahead of him at one point.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but I don't think so. Caden Cooley play any game in NHL.
Was he in the preseason then? In the
possible, because he is not on the hockey reference for now.
Okay, so my mistake. It was the preseason then.
Yeah.
But they didn't keep him, right?
Do you keep him in the lineup, whatever play on the third pairing, play only 14, 60 minutes per game?
I would do that.
You have to set him up. You have to set him up for success. If they're going to play, we were saying this about Romanov this year. Remember when Ducharme was there? What are they doing with Romanov? They're playing him like 7, 8, 9 minutes. It wasn't until later that they gave him more ice time, more responsibility, and he rose to the challenge, and we saw an improvement in it.
Yeah.
Hype, reverse, repair, hype. Joseph, John has a big punk. Thanks so much again, everybody. Je te donne le 4e choix en meilleur chanceux là. They make some trade. Fireworks left and right. They need 2 goalie. You look like I have no questions, so we're going to go down all the way back. Shara will announce do you believe Shara play next year or not?
I think he's going to retire.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's safe. I think it's time.
Andy Cuivula, welcome aboard. And we have a new subscriber, ladies and gentlemen, Giovanni Martellaro. Welcome aboard, Giovanni. Welcome aboard.
Welcome, Giovanni.
Then it's a lot of people talk about fireworks. So, and they talk about Armia, each other. So, Lenny is much younger, Renaud said. Awesome, Matthews, welcome aboard. Shane White is the captain, 100%. How much longer do you think Gallagher is a part of the plan in Montreal? Giovanni, welcome aboard.
I think we're waiting on to see how he returns, and I think it really hinges on how he comes back. We got to see where he's at.
Yeah, if we see an improvement in him, I think he stays. Maybe not the entire length of the contract, but for most of it. If we see what we saw last year,
gone.
They're gonna try to get rid of him for at whatever cost.
Yeah.
Budgie Javi has a good character. I love Renaud. I love Renaud a lot, me. I told you. Very good about this one over there. Renaud says, Shane Wright at 8 years at 10.5 contract after the rookie a captain of the team.
Shane Wright, 8 years? No, what's that?
Yeah, after his first contract, he talked about, I think.
Well, we have to wait and see what he does.
Yeah.
But that sounds awfully high.
Yeah, François Pitt, Edmonton captain and the obvious pick for me as solid veteran with good work ethic and an ex-cup winner.
Yeah, that would be what we were saying. It would be the smart thing to do for a couple of years. Yep. And don't put that pressure on Suzuki right away. I just feel they are going to go that route.
Jens Francois for me is Gallagher.
What is?
Captain.
Oh, captain. Yeah, if he has a good year, but.
Pierre Martin said Gallagher was highly praised by Hughes. Gallagher might get the C.
I'd rather him get the C than Suzuki. I just don't think Suzuki's ready yet.
Yeah, it's not a bad choice. I mean, your captain doesn't necessarily have to be your best player. It has to be somebody. It's somebody that represents the team, the community. Somebody that knows how to communicate, and leads by example, which all of those apply to Gallagher.
Yep.
Kelly Fleury is not coming to Toronto. The rumor was out by Pierre Lebrun for the Atlantic website today. He talked about Fleury and Toronto, Kelly, about this. And he said, sound like a coach is talking sense tonight, spitting facts. Look like I don't talk a lot spitting facts. So like tonight I'm on my A game.
So Auntie, we're not spitting any facts here.
Kelly is the lead on 5 Campbell. The season will be over. It ever start. Luciano is. I like the fact, like, I agree with Luciano from the beginning because he was said the same thing. I don't know why they don't sign Campbell.
I know. I agree. Yeah.
And they did the same thing with Anderson. Anderson, situation, blah, blah, blah. But they have the guy in the back. It reminds me a lot of Philippe Dano from Montreal.
Yeah. Very similar.
Yep. It reminds me today, by the fact he talked about Fleury, and after I was talking about you, he was talking about Philippe Forsberg. They all negotiated now for $500,000, and they cannot mail a deal right now.
I know. Very interesting. This, I hate to say it. Both him and Gaudreau doesn't look too good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Renaud Campbell with the Oilers.
I could see that.
Yeah.
And we have Mr. Roger Delaney in the house.
Hey, Roger.
Hey, Roger the Master.
Troy Nylander, a first-round pick, the 25th for Carter Hart.
Philadelphia will never do that.
No, I don't think they're going to give up on him yet.
Are we talking about this year's first-round pick for Toronto? Because I don't think they have one next year.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
Yeah, next year. And this year they're already very thin. I think they only have 3 picks in
4.
the entire 7 rounds.
Wow.
I think it's 3.
And I think we always said 3 since like a month ago.
I know. I think it's 3. But you could be right. Whatever. Needless to say, they can't trade any picks. They can't trade any picks. It's doesn't serve them well.
You're right. It's 3. I don't know why. You get a Winnipeg Jets.
They traded one. That's what it is.
I'm going to escape. I think they trade the Giordano one.
I think so.
I think that we need more Luciano for Carter Hart. They go that one over there. When you have the choice between Lafleur and Dion, you are in business. But when again we have a choice between Savard and Wickenheiser. It's like a Ferrari, like Ferratap, and Wickenheiser, like a rabbit, like a
I never understood that draft. I was heartbroken when we didn't take Savard.
I think Sam Polak did not do his homework very well.
Not on that one.
Who?
Sam Polak.
Pollock. Yeah.
What will Detroit do at 8? Here we go. Sure. I think it's time to show my mock draft. It's not over yet, guys, but this is mine pick. Almost there. I'm not done. I have a couple of change. But number 8, I select Kemel for and I have a difficult time with Steve Eiserman. He loved the Sweden players, and they don't have any players Sweden, other the fact Lekari Maki was picked earlier. About that, I'll maybe Chen Nemec with Czech, but I'm pretty solid on around that one over there. I put someone number 9.
I had Lekari there.
Nazar. And then I push back Yurav 15 with Menikov 16. I have Olgren 17 and 21. I'll be honest with you. I put Gaucher with Montreal because I want them to pick them, but I think Pittsburgh could go with Gaucher. Pittsburgh always be recognized with the French Canadian players over there. If not, Snugger Red is going to be there. I'm worried about Toronto. They can maybe pick also Gaucher. I gave them the big 6'5" defenseman for them, so I think it'll be good. Defenseman, I was not sure if they will go 27, but this is what I'm thinking right now. I'm still not sure. It's not confirmed. I'm going to get this in the next couple of days. Honestly, maybe tomorrow. I will complete what Inotap sent it to me. Anything you want to send, Mr. Inotap?
No, that's good. Ours are very similar. Our brackets there. There are a few positions. Like I did put Lekarbaki with Detroit, just because of, as you said, with Eiserman's relationship with them. For Montreal, I mean, maybe I had him too high, but I put Leno at 26 instead of Gaucher. But I could see Gaucher.
I like Gaucher.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leno, like I said to you earlier, was a little bit too early about that one over there. Leave Nate develop a young goalie, stick with him. That's a great point about this one over there. Lucky to leave. I have 6.5 gap space and then no room for Campbell. Was not on the team. Was this the most in the team on Twitter? Yeah, it was Toronto Kelly. About this one over there. Eternal, have a good night.
It wasn't team. It was the most annoying fan base.
Yeah.
And it was the Toronto fan base that ranked number 1. No surprise.
Don't understand, does someone have to be in the WHL for the next year, or he can start NHL right away? Can he get draft, he get play?
One more time.
He asked if he got draft Matthew Savoie, can he start right away in NHL?
It's an unknown. They can try him.
Probably. It depends with which team, right? Like if Savoie, where did I have him here? I have him is going 7th to Ottawa. I wouldn't. Again, I think there's some areas that he needs to improve upon. Although he's extremely good. I love his play, but it might
now
take a while
to complete his answer. Yes, he have to return with the WHL one more year. He's only 18 years old. He's going to be 19.
18?
So
that'll be good. That'll be good for him.
So he have to go back one more year. And then, Kelly, this is the graphic on Twitter. The most annoying NHL fan base fan survey. 6,555 took the Toronto. And not over 25% more at any other team in NHL, Kelly. So I'm just me, the messenger here. I vote, but I did not take Toronto. But that's on a subject another time.
Sure, Coach.
Joseph, welcome back, Joseph. What about Gallagher and Hoffman for Miller?
I'd go for it.
Sure, I'd do it.
Yeah, in a heartbeat.
Not good enough, Joseph, if you are Vancouver. Right, we only get better with Montreal. Pierre Martin. He was the worst fan. Question. I feel Keith is on the shorter leash than people think. Could have to fall on his work before Zubas out of the door, Utah.
I still think Dubas has got more accountability to come through this year than even O'Keefe. Although O'Keefe is not far behind.
No, he's not going to lose his job during the year unless like the Leafs
Not during the year.
get out
So,
to
example, and that's a great, I just consider what you said. If you start is 10, 15, and 8, is almost now 30th game in the season, and they are 4 position, or maybe 5th in the division. What you think? What you do with Keith?
I still think
it depends.
He's done well enough that he can finish the year. That's my opinion. I mean, I think both of them should be given the chance to finish the year, and then see how it all plays out in the playoff.
The problem is, like we've had some teams this year, right? Like that had to change coach. Like look at Vancouver. There's one example right there. Now they didn't end up making the playoffs, but I mean they were just off to a horrible start, and they got to a position where they were, I think, 3 or 4 points out.
My point is,
Toronto's been quite high, though. You know, in the upper end of the league right now, and I don't think they're going to fall drastically. You know, especially if they fix things up a little bit. So I still expect them to be in the upper end of the scale in the league leaders. So I say, let's see how they do in the playoffs, because I think they're going to be one of the top teams again.
Without no goaltender, with Merechek and Calgary?
No, I think they're going to fix that. Something's going to happen. Something will happen.
What do you do if they are 10, 14, and 8?
You stay the course.
I believe they fire him. After 30 game, all 4 and 5th in the Atlantic Division, they fire him.
I don't think they'll do that bad, though.
Yeah, I think we're talking hypothetically here.
Yeah.
I can't see the Leafs dropping like that.
No.
Let's put it this way. Who would catch them?
Exactly.
Not Boston. Not Detroit yet.
No.
So
none of those teams are ready yet to catch Toronto.
Wright does not like the practice. It's okay at junior level, but one is going to face real alpha competitive NHL player it could be an issue.
Yeah, that's the word. That is, I've heard that too. I've heard quite a bit of documentary on that he hates. He's not that great in practices.
How many people? Why last year nobody talk about the Plus Montreal doesn't like the practice at the MICHEL?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. True.
Like if you get the right coach, and
that could change things.
He or she can motivate you. That changes a lot. Plus,
and I think Martin's saying Louis.
Yeah.
Right.
Look, right now, you look at these kids that are being drafted. And of course, you look at each one, and there's, their strengths are these. Here's the areas of concern. We're nitpicking when it comes to the top 5 or 6 players. They're all very good. They're going to be successful in the NHL for the most part. I don't think it's as big an issue as they're making it out to be. I mean,
it's definitely players at the top.
Michael will disagree with us, I think, but
yeah. The top 3 are so close from what I'm seeing on the majority of the stats. The top 3 are so close. They're all hairs apart. So you're going to get a good player.
I'm worried and Nemec Kucherachek become a Makar. And not as a Makar player, as a Makar like a Zeder or a Makar like the best player draft in this one.
That could happen.
But and anything can happen. I mean, it could be even a player that's 14th or 15th.
No. But I believe one of the two it can be the one really. I could be get up.
Oh yeah.
I think when you said the only 3 were there, I think they should maybe check a defenseman. I know they're not looking at defenseman, but I think they should look about this.
Yeah, I mean those two guys are just they're phenomenal. If they stay on course, they will have a huge impact in the NHL, guaranteed.
Yeah.
But I mean, Montreal can't think that way. They have to think what's best for their team. And sometimes, you know what, being at number 1. It's no time to try to hit a home run. You have to take the certain player that's available to you right there that also addresses your needs. And center is a need for Montreal. Defense right now is not. Does that mean we can't improve our defense? No, we could still do that, of course. But at least that's an area of strength. When you look at Montreal overall, that's an area of strength right now. Okay, and so you have to address that. If you're picking fourth, fifth, sixth, you can try to take a gamble like that a little bit more.
Yeah, last time he was co-enemy. Anyhow, who do you think? Who do you think will most point between all this? We don't know yet. We don't know if they're going to make the draft. How they're going to make the season next year. So we have to wait for the roster if they are in or not. After that, we can give you a better answer very soon because 3-4 Montreal will be a contender. First of all, pick 26-33. Yep. If someone initial ready, I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
No.
Is Gigi initial ready? No, definitely not him. He's going to return with Winnipeg Ice. Question for the panel. I'm just curious, how did you guys meet, know each other?
At the Inner Tap Saloon on a Friday night.
I met Andrew at the Hooters in Nova Scotia.
He had all the girls there.
No, only by internet. TH, they come to for the channel. They started to talk about and everything like that, and nothing special. TH, simplify the best I can give you that answer. I also ask a question about most shocking and the next 5-year trait. You guys said you're going to answer it today.
Most shocking in the next 5 years?
I'm not sure he wants.
I don't know what the question was. I don't remember the question.
And the next 5 years, what you going? The next 5 years, what is the most shocking new trait? Maybe
a possible trade I could see if Edmonton. I'm assuming he's talking about any team. If Edmonton doesn't cash in on their window, I can see McDavid leaving, wanting out.
I would see more Austin Matthews in Arizona.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, definitely.
Anybody else? Anything else?
I mean, I could see Matthews too.
Yeah,
but it's hard to say until you're in that situation, right?
Yeah, so right about this. For real. Yeah, I just showed a picture. Andrew coach play against each other during the 70s CHL. Play right on their wings, plus 15 night with a power play. Coach, Renaud would like to join you on our top and do live. Here we go. If we pick right, we have to keep him in Montreal to give him a good work ethic. I prefer having right in Montreal walking all during the practice to having him in the OHL skating around during practice.
Well, we got to see what they got to feel him out and see where he's at. So they're going to make that the proper judgment call. And I'm convinced that they got better people in place to make that decision.
Here's the best question of the night.
That's why.
Who would Marc Bergevin draft if he was still a GM in Montreal?
Who would he draft? Oh man,
a Russian.
He would draft
a Russian.
He would draft. He'd draft Geeky.
But it's a funny question. But honestly, what do you think he will draft?
It'd be a defenseman.
No, you know what? If it was him again, did he call the shots or did Trevor Timmons call?
Most
the
of the time, it's Timmons.
Yeah, kind of a combo there.
I could see maybe Slavkovsky.
Me too. If I have a choice, I would send more Slavkovsky.
I see him actually going the Nimick way. Or actually, no, not Nimick. Yurchek or whatever his name is, the other defenseman.
Andy said, I thought Duquette was going to Winnipeg. Everybody thought about this.
Yeah, we were discussing that when Mike was here.
Why was McCall picked so late, 35? I think it was that he was playing in the AJHL, not much scouting that league.
Was he picked 35th? I don't think it was that late.
No, he was 4.
Yeah, he was 4.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's what you were just saying right now, Coach. You can see either Nemec or Jiricek exploding onto the scene. Yeah. That's what happened with Makar.
So the story of the McCall guy is really unique, all right? AJHL, it's a junior league in hockey. It's called the Alberta Junior Hockey League. It's inferior at the CHL or WHL, inferior at the BCHL. It's just a AAA junior, but Alberta have a good league over there. So they, it's one of the best junior AAA. They call it AAA, but that's the way I call it. But then after that, he went to college NCAA PR. So he used another door. Parents want to keep him at home. He want to play at home, and then he went to Mass University, and that's where it would open up over there. PR. It's rare. It's really rare. The BCHL, I'll give you an example. Tyler Just for Colorado Avalanche was drafted at the 8, I believe, or 9 for Colorado from the BCHL. So he have a really a crazy path to become who he is today. It's just unbelievable, the story about Ken McCarr. If you study him, since he played in that league, honestly. I think we roll with Comper and Franco's next year, and we sign Nikoshin, Burakovsky, and Kadri would be gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not sure Colorado's sold on Comper.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they stand on him either.
Otherwise, that's a good plan. That's a good plan, Steve.
It is. Yeah.
Yep, so right, Pierre. Rick Bonnet said everything's fine with Max Shuffley. They are excited. They talk each other, and everybody live. They love what's going on over there. So that's what I expect about this one over there. And yep, Montreal, not neat. Visual pour finish last. L'heure de quiz, Yann. We're getting there, my friend, because in our time I have to go to bed. Absent or funny, they just in let's say have no character on the team with Laker, no character, and then expect a win on MG and the question: would you want Pierre Dubois and Montreal speaking on that character?
Like I said, I think we covered this the last episode. Same, it's a character issue. It's culture, and no, he's definitely got a higher ceiling. We've said this. He's got a higher ceiling, but I think we should stay clear of it, culture-wise.
Look, the first said Kadri as grits could help Ellie. Apparently, they don't have enough money to keep him. Well, they have money, but I don't see why you use him. They have Dano. And I try to get Bedal Wright or Bedal Coley. Both are amazing.
Yeah.
The top 3 are amazing from what all I'm reading. There's so many different groups saying. I think all 3 of them are super talented.
Pierre Martin said LECAVALIER is hype with his new job and really into it.
Yeah, I love LECAVALIER.
Seems that way.
Awesome.
I can see that today. You can see what's all about this one over there.
Yeah.
Renault, play RV Pinard and Ilonen and your top 6 shine right, maybe.
I don't see Harvey Pinard up yet. Yolonen might be.
Michel Desormeaux, welcome aboard. Welcome back if you're welcome back. If not, he said Cooley play in American Hockey League.
Oh, we're
most likely
in comments.
I'm sorry?
This was preseason. We corrected that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I tell you what, okay, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Milton Hill, welcome aboard. Again, welcome back. History question, fellas. Would you have challenged the stick in 93?
As a coach?
Yeah.
Probably not, but
I would have challenged it, knowing that that who it was coming from, and knowing he had a good eye. I would have taken the shot at it.
you would have had to been certain, though.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, just looking at who was informing the coach, he had good character, he had good judgment.
Yeah. That's yeah. Go ahead.
Who do you think is going to make the team first, Cooley or
Gooley?
Jack High?
Jack.
Oh well, Gooley for sure.
Yeah.
Won't
be too
RJ, thank you.
True.
Coach, did Montreal name captain next year? Not yet, but he will. Mr. Jean, I'm sorry, someone talk or did you say something?
No.
No.
All right. He was the cat outside. I have a feeling do it, but soon the Flyers' first pick is 53, I think.
Flyers? No, their first pick.
Number 5.
5, yeah.
Nicolas, il faut échanger trade 2 pick this season.
We're going to definitely unload a few. There's no doubt. It's just a matter of how we're going to do it. I mean, I kind of think, like we mentioned earlier, we're probably going to trade a couple of them for a pick in 23.
François Pitt, Sam was not there anymore, coach. If I remember, Sam went out when they put Grutman GM.
Sammy Pollock.
You talk about that Wickenheiser.
Right. I believe he's right. Yeah.
Renaud said Hart is not that good.
We
don't know.
I think he's good. They had a horrible team last year, and he kept them in most of the games until they got hurt. He had a good season, and he's shown it before. I mean, at one point we were thinking of placing Hart as one of the 3 goalies on the Canadian Olympic team.
Exactly. Can't give up on him yet.
Coolies are number 1 from Nicolas. Mr. William Snyder, welcome back. Doing great. That's what Pitt, Irving Grutman, the worst GM ever. Is it Cooley? Or I thought it was Cooley.
Gooley is who we were talking about before.
Yeah, we were talking about Gooley,
the defenseman.
Yeah. Colorado is more annoying que Toronto, I can say. The question, Joseph, if plus team injury cut into next season are not in the playoff spot by Thanksgiving, still think playoff position are locked in by then.
Yeah, usually they use that as the cutoff barrier. Yeah, the marker.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you're not going to make the playoffs. No, but it usually I forget what the stats are, but they're fairly phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm working. What's up? Well, Montreal not one of the best fan base. Bruins fans are pretty bad too. I missed it. Where was the Jet ad on the list?
Where was who?
The list.
The list of the fan base.
Oh.
There we go.
The Jets.
Will Nick Paul break out next season? I don't think so. It would play good for them, but not like break out like crazy. Coach, whatever Montreal pick gave me one good reason why would this player start in NHL next season. But for me, if he's ready to play in NHL, and I don't see why not to keep him if he's ready to play. That's not a good answer, but if the guy is ready to play, so he have everything set up to play in NHL, you keep him. My problem, look, is Kingston is not a good team coaching-wise where it's not great to be there for me, and I'm scared. If attitude or his lack of practice is a big concern over there, to keep him there, I think it would be more profitable for him to stay with Montreal if he's looking good enough to stay with Montreal. That's my point here. Now, if he's not looking good, I'm smart enough to know he should return. But I think Montreal would force Kingston to maybe make a trade to go with a better team in OHL, like London Knight, example, or a team where they are a contender to win the Memorial Cup. I think that would be one thing.
That makes sense.
For me.
Yeah, that's a good option.
Mr. Rudolph, welcome aboard. Which is easier to change, a skill set or a mindset? People are questioning right attitude.
It's what I've heard, and I'm only going by what they're saying. It's work ethic in some of the games, but mostly practices is the worst spot. But there has been even word in some of the games he hasn't hustled back. Like I say, that's them. They're the scouts saying this, so that's where it is from what I heard.
Honestly, Rudolph, it's more the skill set. Because the mindset, I can change your mindset tomorrow. I can change your mindset. You surround yourself with the right people, the positive people. If you work with people, you're accountable with people, work every day, and you have a goal, you have a mission, you have a way to get better, reach your full potential. You will work every single day to get better. And you have a goal, you have a direction. Yeah, and if your skill set, your skating, it will not change quickly like this. It will take time, a long term. But attitude for me, it's all about who you are, how I can change your attitude. Is to put, like, if you go to Tampa Bay and you go to Arizona, you have two different culture over there, right? The difference between John Cooper and other coach is how he prepared the team. It's a mindset game. It's a mindset of winning. It's a mindset of sacrifice and pay the price, everything like that. So your attitude change with time, quicker, better, faster, because you make a role. Hey, your role, Nick, is you do this and that game. That's the most important. Then you praise them, and then you evaluate them, and then you make them better, feel better, good, better. Life is going to be better if you act all that way. It's all how you present, how the players buy in, how you're all in as a team together. It's all about part of the attitude. But if you leave him with no interest, you don't praise him, you don't care about him, you don't show nothing about him, that's where you lose your attitude. Now, I understand how you can push him to get better. It's all about his desire. But it starts with what you are inside the team. And I think for me, attitude for me with right, it's not an impact for me. Because when you watch him play hockey, you study him, he does things what nobody does. The open up, to cut in front of the defenseman, to give it a pass. He could shoot a puck in the net. But he was not play guys with a lot of great players with him. If he was the better teammates, like Jan Mizak, everybody complaining about Jan Mizak. But Jan Mizak guy was play third line for the Hamilton Bulldogs. I may be losing 10 goals, maybe 8 goals and 25 points around because he was play behind Mason McDavid. It's how you see the game, how what Wright does. It's not about the 30 goal and 96 points, but how he make the players around better, the playmaking situation, how he back checking, how he develop the defensive zone, go all the way. The coaching was still different like anybody else. And it was very important for him to have an F1 retrieving all the time deep in the zone. By the time you deep in the zone, you're not at the blue line. When you have a transition, you're behind. But that's all this fun thing like that. I know I'm out of the attitude, but still for me, I understand people talk about attitude for right. For me, it's not the biggest major problem for me. I'm not, when they say, oh, he does not this, it's like we always judge people in the past. Oh, he did that, now he's stuck for the rest of his career like this one over there. For me, it's not this. The guy can change it. The guy can become better. The guy can be around another team and he reached that line. The Nick Paul Ottawa and the Nick Paul with Tampa Bay, do you feel he is the same kind of players?
How about the Jonathan Drouin of Tampa and the Jonathan Drouin of Montreal?
But all the players with Montreal this year with Dominic Charm.
Oh, no. Jonathan Drouin had other coaches. He had a problem every coach that's been there. And same thing in Tampa. And you've seen how well Stevie Y took to that.
Yeah, so but it's...
The attitude does count for something. There's some guys you're not going to break the attitude.
Yeah, but you talk about like 1% in NHL.
There's a percentage. I think you're going a little lower than what's out there. That's your opinion. I think it's a little higher than that. There's a mix out there, but there's a way. I mean, there's not as many as the players that will work. That's for sure. But there is a higher percentage than that. There are players that you just don't want on your team.
But for me, if it does not work, it's the problem management.
Well,
it's not the players. If the player does not work, hi buddy, I have about 16 players in the back door right now want to knock the door. They want to go in.
Yeah, okay, but then a player, I guess he's going to get better when he's had 2 or 3 different GMs and he's had 5 or 6 coaches and he hasn't played up to snuff, but it's the coach's fault, right? And it's the GM's fault, right?
No. My point is, if the player does not want to do those requirements for the team, you don't keep the players and with the team.
Well, that's right. But you can't say the attitude doesn't matter because there are players that are proving attitude does matter.
I never said. I said you need to be sure the attitude change faster, better at the skill.
Yeah, clearly, both things are important. I think the question is, which one do you have a chance of changing a little bit easier? And I think the mindset is easier to change if you have the right motivator. I agree with you, Andrew, in the sense that there are some players that you can send, somebody reincarnated and they won't change.
Right.
But some do under the proper leadership. But the skill set, if you either have those ingrained skills or you don't,
I agree with the skill set end of it. Yeah, I agree. You either got it or you don't.
Montreal draft pick is not expected to play next year. Wright would be put in, one Israeli on the third line with experiential and 2-3 years maybe. Pierre Martin said.
It'll be that long.
Austin would not be home in Arizona with 5 million. I believe even with a new owner is not Hockey City. Outside the whole crime stuff like that Mailloux did last year, what did you think of the Mailloux draft pick at the time?
Well, I think we all can say that, the kid did say, please don't draft me, and they didn't respect that. So it wasn't a really wise choice by Bergevin to do so. But, it really fell on Montreal's management team. There's no doubt about it. They went ahead and did it knowing the situation. I don't think it was wise, but he is a talented defenseman if you're willing to work with him, and you're going to have to do a lot of work. But I think he is salvageable. He's just a kid.
Yeah. And I think the question said outside of that situation. So if you're looking at it from a business point of view, like I think it was a steal at that point. Because if nothing had ever happened, Melo would not have gone that low. He would have been picked a lot higher.
Oh, for sure. But it hurt Molson by doing so in his business.
Of course,
in Montreal.
Yeah, and
he really took it.
But they should use this as an opportunity to show that this guy, is getting the help that he needs.
Right.
That he's taking the proper steps. He's not just being rushed into the lineup for the business aspect of it. And that, it could do wonders, not just for the kid, but, it sets a precedence for so many different things within the community. You could do some good out of that bad.
For sure. And I think it would show something, as far as the organization, if they're willing to put in everything into this kid, it's going to show players coming up. This team doesn't just give up on guys. They'll try to work with them and improve them. So I think, that's
Right.
shows a nice change in Montreal's design within.
Do you think, Coach, that was the start of Bergevin's decline? That selection was something Molson didn't want, and they went that direction, and it killed him?
The fact for me was that behind this wasn't a selection. The fact he never talked with the family was the most important things. Like they're doing right now, they talk with the family, they talk with people, they know who they are. That's one of my biggest problem for me. They pick him, I had no problem. And always thought they talked to him after he said that. I don't want anybody trapped. And then he called him, they sit with them, said, look, we're going to take care about you, blah, 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 blah. And then I would be fine. But when I heard it was no conversation, I was completely disconnected with that situation.
Yeah. You're right.
Top goalie in the draft, Leonin, Brennan, Evelyn, or Milik?
I think they said Brennan.
Leinenen, I think. I think Leinenen will go first.
I go with Brennan, Angelo, and Evelyn because he's 5'10". He will be the best player because he's 5'10" goalie. He's a problem. Leonard is a big guy, 6'4", 6'5", about this, but the one is really good is Tyler Brennan, WHL, I believe, in my eyes. I would take him Montreal 75 pick.
I agree.
If I was Montreal, I would take one goalie over there. Now they talk about all the kind of stuff, food, no K, no Q. Anderson News or the Brincat. No, Kelly, very quiet about the Brincat, honestly. We don't have no Q, so I go all the way because we are at the end of the show. And so... Oh, good morning, Yamo. Welcome aboard, Yamo.
Hey, Yamo. Hey.
Don't forget to click on the likes. And then I agree, no, it's not culture. Terry T, welcome aboard. They have about 12 questions, Kelly, from that survey. It was not only one specific team. They have a lot of things. Why they are annoying, for which reason. It was a really good. Jay Fresh did it, Kelly. So that's what the reason about this. Mezek is a perimeter player like Alonen. Like Lafarson said, I don't say he would make the NHL. I just said I think it would be better. I was compare him his TOI on the ice with the Hamilton Bulldog. And it looked like, no Q. And see what was behind a lot.
Yeah, I can tell.
Here we go. So, Jeffrey can email me about this one over there. That's possible. About this.
Oh my God!
Here we go. It's time for the quiz of the night. 5 questions. All about the general manager. Other than the fact, last question is about the draft NHL. So let's start again with the first question of the night. We wish good luck for everybody who is ready to rock and roll tonight and drew a win yesterday, I believe. Congratulations.
One of the 4, yeah.
Let's talk about general manager. Who is or was the oldest GM in NHL history? Who is or was, because we don't know, some of them is still GM, but it was the oldest GM in the NHL history. Is it Lou Lamoriello, John Muckler, Cliff Fletcher, Frank Zelke, or Glenn Zaders? Good luck, everybody. Kilab A. We have RJ. We have Blackhawks. Look, Ron, look, everything looking good. Rick, the last couple of nights and with the quiz. Yamo, well, Yamo will make a late warning show this morning. That's pretty cool. Yann, Francois, Danny, Nona, Angelo. Let's start with Inota.
I'm going to go with Lamoriello, A.
Lamoriello, A. Angelo said A also. Mr. Andrew, I follow your partner.
I do agree with him.
You argue with them. Joseph said C. Wait for the mulligan. Danny said C. Mulligan. Pierre Martin said D.
Oh my God!
And he was right. Frank Selke, 77 years old. When he was the bigger, older GM, Luna Mario is at 75. Maybe in 2 years, he can become the now one over there. So congratulations at the winner. Question number 1, we have only Rudolph, Real Print Deal, and Pierre Martin did it. We are on fire right now. Let's go. Question number 2 of the night. There is only one manager on this list with over 20 years as GM in NHL. Only one of them with 20 years. Is it Lester Patrick, Glenn Satter, Doug Wilson, Bill Dorey, or Frank Selke? Who has the 20 years on that one over there? Here we go. Nicolas.
These are years of
Yann, Caleb.
It's gotta be.
Rudolph. John, welcome back, John. Thanks to be with us. Blackhawks. Danny. Yamo. Danny. Look. Kelly. Thank you, Kelly. And we start with Mr. Andrew.
Let it go B.
B. Glenn Saders. Joseph said C. Mr. Inatap, are you listening, your partner, or not?
He's definitely up there too. But we just finished saying that Frank Selke was the oldest, but did he have 20 years as a GM? I don't think so. I'm going to go with, let's go with, it's either C or D in my eyes.
I think Andrew is fall asleep.
I think let's go with C, but I think he's just under 20 years if I'm not mistaken.
God!
Bill Torrey, number D.
I was right.
Rudolph and Pierre Martin take the lead at 2. RJ run with 20 and Luc Laportune. Luc Laportune did it.
Oh my God!
Good job, Luke.
I think he was Torrey, right? And on top, if he was not taking C.
Yeah, I was gonna go with D, C or D.
That's where I was headed too.
What does Wilson? Did Wilson have?
Number 3. Question number 3. Which team? I apologize. I put those bigger. Which team have the most GM and their franchise history on this list? Which team have the most GM? Buffalo, Ottawa, Calgary, California, and Arizona. Which team have the most GM and their history? Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes when you leave the building. And we have one right now. It said, Ron with King said B. Kelly Nicola D. Reldim not A. RG said D. Rudolph said C. Jan said D. Luke said A. Danny Yamo said E. Kelly said A. Blackhawks said A. Welcome back, Blackhawks. Andy said C. Caleb said C. Joseph said B. Angelo said B. Mr. Enotap, Real Deal D. François Pitt C.
I'll go with
John D.
I'll go with A.
Buffalo for him. Pierre Martin said A also. And Mr. Andrew.
A.
And Andrew said A about this one over there.
History. Could be B. Could be B too.
Oh my God!
No, you are right. Buffalo, ladies and gentlemen. And Pierre Martin take the lead with 3 good questions over Rudolph at 2. Luc Lafortune at 2. Kelly beat 97. Enotap, Andrew Lepage, and Nooner just get 1 point. Congratulations. Question number 4. Here we go. Which GM has the most of time named as a GM or interim GM in NHL history? So, which GM has the name behind the desk, or GM manager as the interim or GM? How many years they did? How many time? Not years. Time. Brian Burke, Bob Bulford, Cliff Fletcher, Jim Rutherford, or Brian Murray. An interim GM for X lap the time counts as a 1 time. Good luck, everybody. Mr. K, Nicolas, Andy, Danny, RJ, Yann, Yamo, Rudolph, John Dieter, Black Ox. Angelo, François Pitre.
I'm tossed up between 2.
François Pitre, Run with Kings. Real Deal. Let's start with Mr. Andrew.
I'm going to go with C.
And we're going to go with Mr. Enotap.
I'm going to go with D. Jimmy Rutherford.
That's my second choice.
With Jim Rutherford. Joseph said D. Kelly said E. Nona said C. Congratulations for Kelly.
Oh my God!
But the answer is C. Fletcher. The winner is Andrew got that one over there. Pierre Martin, 4-4, ladies and gentlemen. Rudolph have a score also, that one over there. And Luc Lafortune is at 2, being at 97 at 2 now. And Nooner is at 2, Andrew is at 2. Ladies, one more, the last one of the night. I keep you that one a little bit more difficult.
Oh, okay, sure.
One of the list below was not draft at the round 6 in NHL. Which one was not draft round 6? Steve Lammer, Aaron Broden, Josh Manson, Nick Down, or Kevin Labac? Which one of them was not draft 6 round? Thank you, Nicolas. Kelly, thank you. RJ, thank you. Andy, thank you. John D, thank you. Black Ox, thank you. Rudolph, thank you. Whoa, that's quick. Yann Jeanette, thank you. Yamo, thank you. Luc Lafortune, thank you. Jose Duarte, thank you. Welcome back. Joseph Laham, thank you. And here we go. Let's go with Mr. Enartap.
I got to narrow it down to 2, I think. I'm going to go with... it's either D or E. I'm going to go with D.
All right. And Mr. Andrew.
I am going to go with... I'm in the same position as you, so I'm going to try E. Let's see if one of us can get it.
Oh my God!
You're absolutely right, Andrew. One of you is going to get it. Unfortunately, it was not you.
I knew it was one of those 2 players.
It's the winner of this one, but it's not affect because Pierre Martin, the winner tonight, along with 4 and 5. Ladies and gentlemen, Pierre Martin, the winner of the contest alone. Rudolph at 3. Many of you are 2 tonight. Many of you have 1. Congratulations on everybody tonight for the winner of the Frenchy quiz. So that's what we got tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It was an amazing, great show. Hopefully, you're going to have a great setup for the NHL draft in today's. Before we leave, any comments, Mr. Enartap?
3 more nights of sleep, and then all is right.
What about you, Mr. Andrew?
Yeah, I'd say it's getting really pumped up here. It's just 3 days to go. Let's all get ready. It's going to be a fun one.
You're absolutely right about this one over there. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, we want to remind you one more thing. Of course, you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. What a show tonight. What a performance of Mr. Andrew and Enartap as a co-host inside of the Hockey Nation Live show. Before we leave, we want to remind, first of all, thank you for all the people in the chat. If we didn't answer your question, we apologize, but it was a great, great performance of everybody. But we want to remind one more thing. Be well, be healthy. Find a way not only dominate your day, but find a way to dominate your second half of what?
Your 2022.
Here we go. 2022, everybody. Have an amazing, great night. We love you, people. Thank you so much, everybody.
Good night,
Have a great
everyone.
one.
Coach Andrew.
Have a good one.
Good job. Thank you, Francois, Kelly, Nicolas, Angelo, Pierre-Martin, congratulations, Danny T, the policeman, William Snyder, John D, thank you for the super chat, Black Ox Fan 97, Luc Lafortune, thank you so much. Yes, the Judgment Day, I love it. Rudolph, Real Deal Prim, RJ Calabro, Kelly, Jose Duarte, Yamo, Angelo, Mr. Key, La Sauce, Joseph Laham, and William Snyder. We would thank each one of you for your participation tonight. And Mr. Nuna, yeah, Martin, congratulations again.
Get a grip now of all the ways we parted. You showed in your own way we would stand and
Absolutely about this one, William. Thanks so much, Mr. Enartap.
Just finish what you started. Don't like the feeling that I've been fooled, deceived, and so
Don't forget to click on the likes. Nuna said E. Never too late.
What do I know? What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go? I do really want to know what's going on now. Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I say so? We're just putting on a show. What's going on now?
You're right.
Is this another breakdown?
Merci, mon Luc. Mr. Milton Hill, have a good night. Thanks for being with us tonight.